Hi guys, I'm going to be showing you how I mix all my drums, what mics I use, where all the mic positioning, and I'll be showing you like screenshots of all my compression settings, reverb settings and EQ, in Cubase, just so you can sort of see how I get my sound. Everything I use I'll be including in this video as well, just so you can know. I'll just start off with mics then. Okay, I've got a mic on every drum, so one on the first tom, one on the snare there, one on the floor tom, one in front of the kick, strategically placed on top of an amp. It's just about, it's not quite inside the port, but it's just about a centimetre out. And I've got one overhead, which is actually a vocal mic, which isn't what you're supposed to use them for, so I wouldn't recommend that. My mics are made by Superlux. These are PRA 228As on the toms and snare drum, and then on kick drum I've got a PRA 218A, and these are all going through to my Yamaha MG166 CX mixer. They're all in their own channels. I'm not using channel 4 for some reason. I'm using a mixture of XLR to XLR and XLR to jacks because some of my XLR to XLRs decided to stop working. I've also got a mic on this sort of second snare drum. In terms of EQ on the mixer, basically for the kick drum I've got my high end turned up a little bit to get that sort of extra bit of attack, and I've got the low end turned up a bit. Middle I've turned down quite a bit. This is all through sort of experimenting, no particular reason for it. Snare drum, pretty much everything in the middle. Toms, high end a little bit up because to get that little bit of attack. The mid in the middle, and low end up a bit. That's for both toms. Overhead is pretty much in the middle for everything. That's pretty much it for EQ on the mixer. Panning, I've got the kick drum in the middle, snare drum to the left, basically in all the directions of where the drums are. So floor tom panned hard right, first tom basically in the middle, overhead in the middle. And that's about it really. Snare drums in the middle. Okay, so I've got those going out of the stereo line out, which is just the right and left here, going into the mic input on my laptop right there. So it's all one channel going into the into Cubase, and so I will show you what the drums sound like. Completely raw, no effects or EQ on Cubase. Okay, now that's recorded, here it is on Cubase. There's the recording. That's completely raw. So basically, I'll go to EQ. There you can see that. And then I'll use this graphic equalizer here to equalize, and then I'll add reverb compression to the whole thing. Nothing individual. This is what I do with reverb. I go to Inserts, reverb, and then I use Roomworks SE, and I use the preset large living room. This is on Cubase. It's obviously going to be different on Logic or whatever you use. Okay, so basically I've got pre-delay you can see on the screenshot now, I've got pre-delay at 0, reverb time at 2, diffusion at 100, and then with level I've got 33, low 33 and high 72, and mix 20. Okay, and for compression, go to dynamics and compression, and this one I do kind of manually. I put the threshold at about 38, maybe 40, ratio down to about 1.5, and I use the makeup gain and bring it back up to about 8-ish. And then I put the attack as about 10, as you can see. Hold at 0, and that's about it. Release at 500, analysis at 80. I don't really know what that means. This is all trial and error. Okay, for EQ, I've got the mid brought down at about 500 Hz, down to about 6 dB. The low end brought up about 7 dB at about 100 Hz, at quite a sort of narrow shape. And the high end generally brought up around 5000 Hz to about 5 dB. Okay, so feel free to copy that. I don't know if it was going to sound the same for your drums, it might not, but that's basically how I do mine. In terms of covers, I usually open the song up as a separate track here, and then record the drums over the top, and then mix it down as one WAV file, and then open it in my video editing software. Sorry, this really isn't that technical, but this is basically what I do. It's mostly, I'm no sort of sound engineer, so most of it was just trial and error, a few tips off my drum teacher, and I've learned quite a lot of tech, so I've kind of applied it to my home setup, if you want to call it that. So yeah, if you've got any other questions about it, feel free to ask, and I'll comment back on your comment. Okay, cool. So I'll see you in the next lesson or drum cover. Oh yeah, I'm thinking of doing Misery Business by Paramore, by the way, for my next cover, so expect that up quite soon. Cool. Alright, see you in a bit.